Before you drop your hard-earned money on this, listen up. I've spent hours deep diving into the factory spec sheets and tearing through real buyer reports for the Phomemo D30, so you absolutely don't have to. I want to make this super clear right out of the gate. This is a technical analysis. We're looking strictly at the hard data, not doing some subjective physical unboxing. By stripping away all that fluff, we can focus purely on what the research actually reveals, giving you a real verdict based entirely on the numbers.
Welcome to Tech Verdict Central, the channel that chews through the specs and does all the heavy lifting of research in this explainer so you can buy better and, most importantly, without regrets. You know, I just love breaking down exactly what these devices can and actually cannot do, presenting it to you in a clear, no-nonsense way. Today, we are putting the Phomemo D30 Bluetooth Mini Label Maker under the microscope. Real quick, just to make your life a whole lot easier. If you already know you want to secure the lowest price from a completely reliable seller, the official and safe link is right down there in the description. You can just click that and you're good to go. All right, let's jump straight into the technical data. So, looking strictly at the facts, what does the Phomemo D30 actually bring to the table? On paper, it positions itself as a versatile, highly budget-friendly solution for organizing your home, your classroom, or the office. But what does that really mean when we strip it back to the raw hardware? Let's take a look. Diving right into the core hardware profile we pulled from the specs, the D30 is built as a highly portable thermal printer. For connectivity, it rocks a totally cable-free Bluetooth connection. This means it syncs directly to your smartphone or tablet, completely bypassing the need to mess around with a bulky desktop computer setup. Plus, the spec sheet heavily highlights its lightweight, rechargeable design. Think about it. No more hunting for disposable batteries or being tied to a wall outlet. It literally just tosses into a backpack or a kitchen drawer, which is a massive convenience for day-to-day use. But the hardware is really only half the story here. In daily use, you'll be using its companion app, which the data shows is packed with a massive library of templates, custom fonts, and custom icons. This essentially lets you design and print on the fly, customizing everything with different styles and colors right from your smart device. It's built to make organizing actually feel enjoyable rather than a chore, and that naturally leads us to the biggest selling point of the whole device. Here is the crucial technical differentiator the brand promises: inkless printing technology. This little guy uses thermal transfer to create its durable labels. That means absolutely no mess, and way more importantly, no ongoing expenses for traditional ink cartridges. You are literally only ever paying for the thermal tape itself. That's a huge deal for long-term costs. But hey, before you get too excited, in just a bit, I'm going to show you a specific detail in the spec sheet about its actual output limitations that the brand isn't exactly shining a spotlight on. You absolutely need to know this before swiping your credit card. Because let's be real, no device is perfect for everyone, and our goal here is 100% transparency. We've got to look at the honest limitations. Let's break down the real-world pros and cons based strictly on the curated data. So, the extreme convenience of this cost-free, highly portable, inkless printing, it's balanced out by a very strict limitation. Yes, the Bluetooth connectivity is fantastic, but it absolutely requires a compatible smartphone or tablet to even function. If you're the type of person who prefers designing on a desktop computer, or if you just don't have a smart device handy, this printer simply won't work for you. That's a hard hardware limitation you've got to factor in. And here is that critical point I teased just a minute ago. The catch here is that the Mini in Phomemo D30 Mini Label Maker, yeah, they mean that quite literally. The label size is super versatile for basic tasks, but the data clearly shows it's going to be way too small if you require larger labels or extensive text. If you need to print out long product descriptions, full shipping addresses, or multi-line paragraphs, this device is completely unsuitable for those jobs. Furthermore, while the app is heavily marketed as having all these robust templates and icons, digging into the data curation reveals another potential bottleneck. It might not actually satisfy everyone's highly specific design preferences or complex formatting needs. So, if you're a power user demanding premium, complex design software features, you're going to hit a wall pretty fast with this app's streamlined approach. It's built for speed and basic creativity, definitely not for advanced graphic design. So, weighing this real-world performance against its budget-friendly price tag, is the Phomemo D30 actually worth your money? It's time for our unbiased verdict. Let's look at the exact buyer profiles to figure out who should be clicking Add to Cart and who should just keep walking. Breaking down the ideal users makes it perfectly clear. This label maker is a confident, resounding yes for students, teachers, small business owners, and home organizers. If you fit into any of those categories, it's a fantastic fit.
But it is a complete waste of money if you need large text labels, if you don't use a smartphone or tablet, or if you have highly complex app design needs. It's specifically targeted at folks who just want reliable, creative label printing without paying premium prices. So, the final verdict? For the right audience, the Phomemo D30 delivers honest, dependable value. It provides reliable organization and matches its practical ambitions perfectly, all without forcing you to spend significantly more on premium brands. To sum it all up, the main pro is undeniably that portable, inkless convenience, while the main con remains its strict limitation to small text formats and its absolute dependency on a smart device. If the specs on this product make sense for your needs and you fall into that who it's for column, remember that the safe, discounted link straight from Amazon is waiting for you down below in the description and in the pinned comment. Thank you so much for joining me for this data-driven explainer. So what feature is actually the most important to you in a label maker? Let me know down in the comments. Happy shopping, and I will see you in our next explainer.